Okay, it started out in my living room, and I've been pestering Sky to do his own album, like to record his own album because I heard him sing, and we've been friends for like 10 years, and I was just like, you know what, finally you're gonna do it, and this was last year, and what happened was, I had been writing music, like sort of like preparing for my next move because I've also been trying and trying and trying. So, and then finally I was like, let me just take a stab at writing for someone else, let me take my energies and put them there. So I called him up and I said, come through, let's chill, let's just work on some of the music that I have, and then he said to me, oh no, did you say to me that we should involve another person?
Yeah, for starters,
For
that
a
would be good.
start, yeah. And then there was a guy named Hastings, we called him, and he was not keen because he's working on other things in his business. Then there was another girl. Her name was Tando, and then I called her up, and she was interested. So she came through. We started playing around with the sound of who we want to sound like, where we want to take this. We started recording with her, and then she had to leave us because she basically had another thing that she was trying on the side, and then shooting the other thing vutwat first. And when the other thing vutwat first, she was like, hey guys, peace out, this one, it seems like it's moving. So, and we're like, okay, cool, back to square one, let's see what we can do. Then we started looking for girls on Instagram. So we were basically jumping. We were what do you call it when
Falling.
we were sliding
Oh.
into people's DMs, but for good stuff. You know what I'm saying? So we started sliding in different people's DMs, and people were just like, "No, I'm not available. No, I'm not whatever." Then I spoke to Nameps of Uzalo fame, and I said to Nameps, I bullied him. I was like, Nameps, you need to find me a girl now. And he's like, he's such a sweet person. He's like, okay, bruh, let me see who I can find. I know this girl. Her name is Gugu. Then I contact Gugu. I get Gugu's numbers. I contact Gugu. Gugu's just like, I don't know. Hey, like I'm doing other things. And I'm like, Gugu, listen to what we sound like. Listen to what we sound like. And if you like it, then you can join us. And she's like, ah. And then while I'm talking to Google, I was talking to Tamasha Kambusha as well. And I'm like, Tamasha, do you want? And Tamasha's like, I get you, bro, but I'm at the point where I'm working on my own music as well. And then Google finally said yes. And then we went into studio, and then there was a guy named Dave who I met back then through a friend as well, and he was good. And I was like, Dave, let's carry on working. Let's see where it goes. And then we recorded 3 songs. After recording 3 songs, I took those songs. I had to make a decision. Like, okay, do I approach the big labels, or do I approach somebody that I know and who is going to give us their undivided attention? Then I approached Tira. And then Tira was just like, if I don't, he was like, I don't do this type of music. But if I don't scoop this up, I know definitely that somebody's going to go for it. And I'm not going to allow anybody to actually make money out of this when I heard it first. So then we started working with Tira, and yeah, here we are.
Ungingabayini ngaphandle kwakho.
I think I would say the stars aligned. The stars aligned for it to get to this point, because even Masiege, the song that is the biggest song right now on the album, the concept of it, the chorus and all of that came about. It was before I even discussed this with the guys, and I was chilling in Melville, and then it was hot. It was a Thursday. I was having a cocktail, and I'm just sitting there, and then this melody, that da 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 da, and then that's how the song came about. But it was on my voice notes. I stored it there until we all came about and we all came together, and that's yeah.
Okay, well, I wouldn't say I left my solo career, but I just gave it a break for a bit because
I can see that this is a greater cause, you know, like it's something that Maple and Uskai pitched really well to me. So I thought, wow, okay, I would totally want to be a part of that because it's something so great, you know, and it's just something I've never really experienced in South Africa. Well, KZN mostly because like the music here, yes, it's beautiful, yes, it's amazing, but groups don't really make it, you know. So I just thought, hey, what if this group does make it and maybe I'll be a part of history as well. Why not? You know? Yeah.
Before we released anything or before we started recording anything, we were sitting at studio and we were just about to record Masiyege actually and some other song, and then the person that we were working with in studio asked, "So what do you guys call yourself?" You know, and we're like, actually, we don't have a name, so we are the Nameless Band at the moment. And then, yeah, we're like, actually, that's quite a name. Let's just say we're the Nameless Band and see where that goes. If there's a need to change it, then we're going to change it. Then eventually we realized, actually, it does work, so we're going to call ourselves the Nameless Band. And boom, there you go.
As Guy just mentioned, did anybody mention it? Oh, Google mentioned it. Google mentioned that we wanted to be different. And I've said this before in other interviews that what we want is we want to revive the Afro soul and Afro pop genre. And we are major believers of the fact that any genre that does not evolve and keep current and takes things to the next level, eventually it dies off. Like it's what happened with Kwaito. Like they just failed to take it to the next level. And then you got your groups like Big Nas who were like, okay, we get the Kwaito vibe, but let's just take it up a notch and let's create a different sound still in the genre. And then that's how Deb and Kwaito came about. What we wanted to do, we wanted to remain cool. We wanted to remain current. We wanted to remain fresh, even the way that we look. We avoided the whole traditional attire, the whole vibe, yeah, Afro Soul, where everybody feels that if we are in Afro Soul, we need to dress a certain way, you need to look traditional and all of that. We said, let's step out of that. Let's step out of the beige and the browns and the oranges and the ethnic colors. Let's look cool. You know, that's how you manage to bring in the younger people. Like right now, what I've noticed with the music that we are making is the fact that we're getting people that listen to hip hop. We're getting people that listen to all sorts of indie music and they're vibing with what we have. They're like, oh, cool. You know, actually, I can listen to that, which did not exist. And that is why you find groups like Mafikizolo, they had to change their sound and move to a different genre altogether because Afro Soul and Afro Pop got stuck in this rut where the music started sounding the same, the acoustic guitars and whatever. So we brought on a style where our music is very much influenced by the 90s era, the golden era of music and sampling and playing around with different sounds. Like we'd go back to the 70s, bring in something from the 70s and go, let's take that element and let's put some Zulu into it. Let's put a hip hop beat onto it. Like the first song on our album, Love Like This, you get the trap element to it, but we're singing an Afro soul ballad, but it's got that trap kind of vibe to it, so it's fresh, and that's who we are.
Yeah, there's three of us, three personalities, three very different personalities. How do we manage to not quarrel and not disagree and not, you know, make a bit hoo-ha about everything? I think we have different things to offer. We have different things to offer. I know Uma Ble has a very good writing skill. Ukuku is a queen of ad-libs. Ukuku will write like a verse now, like instantly, you know. I have a flair in just picking up the right sound for the song, you know what I mean? So, okuningi we do collaborate kakhulu. Umuntu uyafuna ukuthi athole uvo lomunye in the group, you know what I mean? So, in most instances, we're more likely to agree with each other because we're always looking for advice from one another, you know, and we know amongst the three of us who's strong in this, who's strong in that, so it works.
Let me just settle the whole Beyonce of the group thing. You know, when people come together and they say let's form something, normally somebody wants to shine because they want to shine so that they can get a solo career out of it. They want to shine so that they can do other things. Like right now, I concentrate on writing. I concentrate on producing. Gugu is a singer and a writer, but Gugu is an actress at the same time. Sky is a singer, writes, but has a business that he wants to get off the ground. He makes leather bags and belts and all of those things. So for us, it's not about trying to outshine each other on stage. Like nobody is trying to be the star of the team. We all know that this works out. It works out for all of us. I'm on radio. I'm doing other things. Like we're all doing other things. You see, the competition comes when all of you are together and your bread and butter is just music, and all of you are citing your solo careers, and you're thinking, when I get out of here, I need to make sure that my solo career takes off. Like for me, when she says, I want to record, I'm going to get into studio with her. We don't mind doing backing vocalists, being backing vocalists for each other. I know that the day that I say, listen, guys, I'm recording my solo stuff, they're going to be in studio doing backing vocals, writing and whatever. So it's that. It's just like nobody is in competition with anyone. That's why the whole Beyonce, Kelly, and Michelle thing, we laugh at it because we're just like, we really don't care. If you feel that Gugu is your Beyonce, good for you. If you feel I'm your Beyonce, good for you. If you feel Sky is your Beyonce, then good for you.
How has the music career, which is fairly new to especially myself, being in the corporate industry, is that everyone now at work thinks, oh my God, he's going to leave. He's a celebrity now. We should be friends. Let me take a picture before you leave. And I'm not going anywhere. I'm still trying to work harder on both sides. Also, I mean, they always treat you differently. Like, I don't know, like, you're now suddenly a different person. You're now suddenly the favorite person. I'm like, guys, like 2-3 months ago, I was just Ustelo, Skylo, just like to break out into song like randomly at the office. Now, like, everyone is just like, yo, so how are the gigs going? When are you giving me a free ticket? So, you know, it's very different to answer your question. Like, it has just totally just gone a 360. I won't say I'm not enjoying it, but I mean, it's being first preference is something nice. But yeah, it has totally changed. People perceive me differently now. And because of the Nameless Band, they can see that there's like a person who still wants to work, but at the same time, he's pushing. Music is going well for him. He's always promoting stuff. He's always like encouraging people at the office to buy his music and stuff, and just pestering everyone. So yeah, no, it has definitely changed. For me, it has. Completely.
People just treat you differently suddenly, and it's amazing. I love that because you know how you just wish someone would just respect you, just show you the respect you deserve. You don't get it till somebody else recognizes you or somebody else gives you that respect. Then suddenly everybody else follows suit. So I guess it's amazing, and just how people respect our music and appreciate it. That also is just wow to me. You'd get people calling and sending messages, sending screenshots of how many times they've listened to the song or how many they've downloaded or bought the album. It's just humbling, honestly. It's an amazing feeling. Yeah.
For me, you know, this industry, I've been here since 2010, 2010. Basically, I've been here it's been 7 years now. I've been working around with a lot of people and a lot of very important people, by the way. And one thing that I've noticed is the fact that when something great happens, like I would never downplay what we've done right now. Look, it's far from where we want to go and where we want to take it. But the way that we've been received has been absolutely amazing, and it's growing every day. Like people are being converted every day. We're still going to find a name for people to support the Nameless Band, by the way. One thing that I've noticed, because for me, I've been looking at it from the inside, it's that you get the whole "you can now sit with us" vibe. You know, you get that. You get somebody you've always known from there, from, you know, just there. On some hi. All of a sudden it's like, hey, we must do lunch. I want to talk to you about something that, and you're just thinking, oh, okay, now I'm worthy. You know, now I'm worthy. Like, you'll get people that would, even on social media, they would always have you there, and they would retweet now and again. All of a sudden, like now, they retweet and engage. Because I think, and I don't blame people for that. Like, our industry is so cluttered, and everybody's trying to break in, and everybody's trying to claw their way in. And you can't give everybody your attention. So when you see some form of progress, and you go, okay, cool, this guy is working hard, this guy is determined, and this guy is trying by all means to make sure that they make a name for themselves and whatever. And you give them your attention. And so, how can I help? And can come here, how can I mentor you going forward? And I get it, I do. That for me, that's been the change, where I've seen that people, as Gugu would say, people respect you more. And when you walk into a room, it's all of a sudden it is, come here, sit next to us. Let's talk. How are you doing? That's what I've seen. As shallow as it sounds, but I do get how it works. Like for me, I've been here since 2010. I know so many people that have come and gone. You know what I'm saying? And to invest your effort and whatever in everybody, in all the clutter. And I'm not saying people are clutter, by the way. I'm just saying there's just a lot going on. So for me, that's been the change.
Yeah.